We will now repeat some of the tricks that we were practicing on the tramps on rollerboards. This part could be performed on an airbag or into powder. The Woodward and Copper facility is readily available to us at Team Summit, so we use it often. The important part of this next step is we learn to do all the things we were doing on the tramp while moving sideways, which is what we will go over now. We will start with backside corks. This is how the trick is set. This is the approach and takeoff of the trick. It may take a couple tries to get the hang of performing it while moving sideways. In the approach, just before the takeoff, start to rotate your head, shoulders, and hips toward the tail of the board. As you rotate your upper body, keep a straight line going from the toe edge through your knees, hips, and shoulders. Your entire body should be stacked over the toe edge. In the takeoff, drop your chest towards the tail of the board as you reach for the tail with your front hand. This sets the trick and the first cork. Notice that the shoulders, hips, and head are fully rotated so the rider is facing the tail of the board to get good pop in the takeoff. Make sure you take off on the back foot. As the chest goes down towards the tail, the front knee should flex to pull the nose up closer to the body, and the back knee should extend to get good pop and more control over the trick. As you get comfortable setting the trick, take the cork to a bigger jump and try to make it a cork 7 instead of a 5 by continuing to drive the front arm and shoulder all the way through the trick. Making it into a cork 7 will help us set up for the second part of the double cork. Cork 7 may also be a safety move if the rider decides to bail on the trick at the last minute. The second half of the trick is basically a cab underflip, but for reasons I will describe later, we are going to work on wildcats to help us with the second half of the trick and our landing. In the wildcat, keep your knees, hips, and shoulders in a straight line up from the middle of the board. In takeoff, as your shoulders and hips move toward the tail of the board, pull the nose up by flexing your front knee. This helps you get better pop in the trick and more control over the flip in the air. Spot the landing when you are upside down and keep your cork tight until it is time to open up for your landing. To put it all together, it is important that you have an airbag, foam pit, or very soft powder landing. This rider would not be stoked if he was on a park jump trying to put this together. Set the first part like a backside cork. For the second cork, you will rock your shoulders back over the heel edge and then finish with the shoulder dipped over the tail of the board. For right foot forward riders, this is the left side of the board. This is okay because the trick has been set and staying tucked through the whole trick will keep the rotation going so that the finish move is like a wildcat or cab underflip, with the backflip happening in the forward direction like a gainer. Practice putting the pieces together until you are 100% confident that the board will hit the snow first. This may take 100 reps or even multiple seasons to accomplish. Safety is important with these dangerous tricks. If you keep yourself healthy early on, you will go further in the long run. Don't rush to bring it to the park. Take it to snow. Repeat all these steps again. Get comfortable with the jump. Backside cork 5, back cork 7, wildcat, maybe dub wildcat are all important tricks to have on a jump before doing a double 10. Let's look at the double again. At takeoff, you can see the front knee is flexed and the back knee is extended for proper pop and control of the trick. The shoulders, head, and hips are rotated and facing the tail of the snowboard, and the chest and front hand are moving towards the tail of the board. Here is the halfway mark. The rider is still grabbing the board, the core is still tight. This may be an opportunity to get a quick spot of the landing. Staying tucked will keep the rotation going into the second cork where the finishing move will look similar to a wildcat. Spot the landing. When you are upside down again, keep your core tight until it is time to put the landing gear down. Getting the tail down first may help you be more successful in landing the trick. No matter where you are in your journey to double corks, there are pieces of the trick that you could start working on now. Take it slow, be smart, complete all the steps, then get aggressive with your execution when the time is right. Thank you.